apart from being in the land of the living, I'm just so grateful for for just having a drive that I ain't felt in a minute. I'm grateful for accountability. I'm grateful for God holding the mirror up to me and showing me the role that I've played in how 2024 has gone, good and bad. And so that is what I am grateful for on today. YouTube, what's up? As y'all are coming in, do me a favor, go ahead and engage with the live, like it, share it with at least one person if it is a blessing to you. It's good to see y'all here on TikTok. Can we get to around 15 likes? I mean, not 15 likes, 15 shares. Can I get 8 more people to go ahead and share this? Now, God has been having me to think about stewardship, right? We are at the tail end of, at the not even a tail end, we are at the end of 2024. And many people are talking about, writing the vision down, making it plain. Many people, false teachers, false prophets, are about to be saying, oh, this is going to be your blessed year. It's going to be your year. I remember being in my wilderness feeling like every year was the year where pastors would just be like, oh, this your year. And they would only say it to get money. And I felt like that because I was not seeing the fruition of anything that I was believing God for. But during this time of the year, a lot of people are going to be saying that. Tonight, I will be releasing the word for 2025 at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you want to be there, be here tonight on TikTok at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. I will have the replay on YouTube as well. But I feel like, we're at the point in the year where everybody talks about the goodness and the freshness and the newness of what is to come, but not everyone is talking about how do you prepare for what is to come? How do you get to a place where you are being such a great steward that God can entrust your blessing, whatever that may be, to you? And so that has been kind of where I've been. God not only dealing with me about, I've been saying this 2025 is the year of the dreamer. It's the year not only of the dreamer, but it's also the year of the doer. I feel the Holy Spirit. I'm going to say that again. 2025, it ain't just the year of the dreamer, it is the year of the doer, meaning it's the year where God is saying, do what you're called to do. Step into the fullness of what I have for you. Move in the direction, get closer to, come on, to where I had always destined for you to be. And I feel like in doing that, it would not be right to talk about dreaming if we didn't talk about preparation. The reality of it is this: many of us have not really been. I'm gonna say it. Many of us have not really been the best stewards of some of the things we have not yet seen God do. And I say that because running is a form of poor stewardship. Not pursuing is a form of poor stewardship. Procrastination is a form of poor stewardship. I'm gonna say it again. Procrastination, it is a form of poor stewardship. There are so many different things that I can just list that are poor examples of stewardship. So what happened for many of us, myself included, is because either we were busy running, procrastinating, putting it off, letting fear lead. Many of us are at this juncture in this year, and we like, man, I'm still believing for God to do certain things. And for a lot of people, it's not that you are waiting on God, but God is saying, I'm waiting on you to really just show up and truthfully show up. I remember, how do you want me to take this? I'm going to say it like this. For every single thing that you are believing God for, there is something in your right now circumstance that is preparing you for that thing. I'm going to say it again. For every single thing that you are believing God for, I'm gonna say it again. For every single thing you're believing God for, future wise, your right now moment, your right now circumstance, your right now situation is preparing you for that thing. And a lot of times we miss it because we're so bound by fear. A lot of times, we fall right into letting the devil have his way with us, and we don't even realize that even the tough situations, the tough circumstances, are those circumstances that are literal stepping stones to what we're really believing God for. So my question is, and I want you guys, I want this to be an interactive kind of broadcast where you guys talk back to me. Can y'all talk back to me today? Because I have some questions, and this is for you. You can take this strategy, take this teaching. It'll be on YouTube if you want to go back and listen to it on YouTube. But you can go back and you can apply it to your life in the year of 2025. So everybody on here, how many people rather have something that you're believing that you believed God for this year that didn't happen? I'll start. I'll raise my hand first. How many people have something that you are believing for God to do, right? And you say it's the tail end and I don't yet have it, right? So I want y'all to do me one favor. Give me one of those things that you feel God didn't do. Type it in. Type it in. I'll say my own personal fitness goals. I didn't reach them. I'll start. Give me one of those things. Somebody said a car. Give me one of them. I promise y'all, I'm going somewhere with this. And this broadcast is designed to help you as you're going into 2025, not just be able to dream about what you believe in God for, but this broadcast is designed to give you something tangible to do every single day. A husband, okay? Apartment, a car, a man, okay? New home, your job, starting your business. All right. So here's my next question. Out of those things that you guys are listing, have you done something to actively prepare for it consistently? Consistently. And I'm going to say this, a lot of times we'll say, yes, I showed up. But when we really dig deep into it, I halfway showed up because I was so afraid, and I was so afraid of the risk that we can be for real. Faith feels risky. So for a lot of these things, faith required us to be disciplined enough to do something. Come on, somebody, to do something that could go one of both ways. So come on, somebody. So most of us, because we operated from a standpoint of being too afraid to truly trust God, too afraid to give it 100%. And I'm gonna say this: sometimes we say, "God, I showed up," and it's not that we didn't show up, but we gave 30 of the 100 that we could have given towards it. For those of y'all believing God for a job, you may say, "I showed up by applying for jobs," right? But giving God 100% looks like the little things. Did you get up in the morning as if you were preparing to go to work? To go to work, or did you let depression consume you? And a lot of times what happens is, if you stay bound by fear to such a degree, fear turns into procrastination, and procrastination turns into an idle mind. And everybody knows that an idle mind is the devil's playground. God told me, he says, this is where many people fell into, like, warfare, giving in to the warfare. Like, you believe God for something, you start moving in that direction. If you're getting it, give me some fire emojis. If you get it, give me some fire emojis. He says this is what happened. This is the cycle that happened to many people. You started, the devil attacks you. You get a little bit discouraged. Come on, discouragement turns into like you procrastinating, meaning you putting things off because you're afraid of repeating an old cycle. And what happened for many of us, we repeated the cycle that we did not want to that we did not want to repeat in the first place. So now it's the last day of the year, and many of us are saying, God, I'm believing you for this. I'm believing you for that. Some of y'all are believing God for a car. I'll use myself for example, and like when it comes down to stewardship. Well, I'll start with the house thing. When I lived with my mother, I was believing God for living arrangements in that season. Staying with my mother was just not it just was not pleasant to me. And one day God began to deal with me about like being a good steward. He told me, like, if you can take care of hers, I know that you'll take care of yours, right? And I'm gonna say this: there were many times in that season while I was believing God for like living arrangements, that God would ask me to do things that I felt like she didn't deserve. You're asking me to deep clean this woman's house. She don't even deep clean this house. You want me to deep clean this house, move stuff, sweep and mop behind stuff. And a lot of times I would do those things and immediately it would be back dirty within seconds. 5 minutes later, you already putting stuff down. You already, messing up, undoing all the hard work. And I used to be upset with God. I used to be like, why are you having me to do this? Like, you making me do this. It felt like a waste until one day God told me that my right now, which was where I was, it was preparing me for where I was going to go. He told me it was about stewardship. If you can steward somebody else's blessing, I know that you'll be able to steward your own. And I'm going to say this: stewardship starts in your struggle. Ooh. Can we get to 15 shares? That's 3 people sharing this. Stewardship starts in your struggle season. Stewardship starts in your wilderness. And let's just be real. For many of us, how many people can say in 2024, you went through a whole lot of struggles? You went through a whole lot of storms. How did you steward the storm? Whew. Ooh, my God, today. How did you steward the storm? And for many of us, we didn't. You said it, Lillian. We did not steward the storm. Many of us, we just listen. It was just out of sight, out of mind. Many of us, we quit. Many of us, we halfway showed up, and and we like, God, why didn't you? Where's the blessing? And the reason why many of us halfway showed up is because when you are already going through something hard, the last thing that you want to do is exhaust yourself. Hello, somebody. The last thing you be trying to do is exhaust yourself even more. We start feeling entitled, like, God, I was already struggling enough. So certain things should come easy. And so what that turns into, it turns into us running. And the more you run, come on, the more you suffer. And the more you suffer, the more you are in that place. It's a place of limbo where you're not going forward, but you're also not going backwards. It's a place where you're just not seeing anything happen in your life. Many of us, it wasn't just one area for a lot of us, it was several areas. It wasn't just one area, it was several. And the Lord told me, He says, if you can't be consistent in the storm, like consistently show up as if the blessing is your reality, why would I give you the blessing? He says, many of my people, myself included, He says the reason why it didn't happen is because you wouldn't even show up in the storm. So because you couldn't even show up, right? I couldn't release the blessing. A lot of times we run because we're hoping that God will change His mind as far as what the blessing is requiring from us. I'm gonna say it again. A lot of times, like, we run, right? Because we're hoping that that God, maybe it's not gonna be as bad as it was. Maybe it's not gonna require as much of a risk, as much discipline. Maybe you will shift the requirements if I just don't do it right now. He says, because you waited, you did not receive. You didn't receive growth. You didn't receive my favor in certain areas. You didn't see the door open in certain areas because you refused to show up. He says, even if I would have opened the door, many of you, because you were waiting, you would have missed your moment. The door would have opened and you would have been nowhere to be found. True. You would have been nowhere to be found. When I tell y'all these last few days of 2024, they ain't been blissful. They ain't been warfare filled either. It has been God giving me harsh truths about areas that I could have got my it could have been my year in certain areas. And he's been correcting my behavior to show up all the way, to show up without fear, to show up without reserve, and to get it embedded that in order to get certain things, I got to do certain things. I have to do something different. For many people, the year of 2024 was that year where God allowed for things to remain so stagnant that it's almost like it brought God's people to a place of being so fed up. It brought many of us to a place where it's like, I don't know if y'all feel this way, but I've been like, God, I can do anything but what I've been doing. I cannot repeat certain cycles. I cannot like continue to live life this way. Like something has to change. I can't keep going through this cycle. I can't. No, I'm ready. I'm fed up. And for a lot of people, it's like you're fed up with, come on, you're fed up with life looking a certain way. The Lord told me this. He says there's nothing like a made up mind. Because when a person makes up their mind, you know that they are serious about it. And come on. And if a person can get serious about the things that God has for them, that person will see you will see it with your eyes. Because when you're fed up, you move differently. It's kind of like people that are in toxic relationships and it's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Eventually, one person is going to get fed up. And the moment that they get fed up, it's like nothing can make them go back to it. Somebody just said something. It's all mindset. The process, the circumstances are all to develop a mindset to receive a blessing. Some of us wanted the blessing, but we did not have the mindset. Some of us have millionaire visions, but we move like we're in poverty. Ooh. Some of us realize, how we want our life to look like, but our mindset says, I don't want to do too much. I don't really want to change things up. I'm comfortable doing things this way. I'm comfortable living life this way. Ooh. And I'm going to say this. There is no strategy to having a made up mind. It's a heart space. I lost some things. I lost some people this year. I circled some mountains this year and that I have been circling. And I just said, Lord, certain things I'm not doing in this brand new year. Certain things I'm not going through ever again. I'm not ever going to move in a certain way. It's over. And some of these things were year-long cycles. They weren't just short cycles. They were things that had been following me year after year after year. He said, how can you get over trauma if you won't even move? You won't even move in the opposite direction. He told me, he said, you've been screaming trauma this, trauma that, trauma, but you ain't did nothing to not be traumatized. He said, following me is the only thing that eradicates trauma. Whoo. I ain't lying. God said you've been all you talk about is trauma. This is why I ain't doing it. What good does understanding why you're not doing something if you're not moving in the right direction? He told me, he says, your time is whenever you decide to move. Whew. He said, your time is whenever you decide to move. Your time is whenever you decide to be consistent. Your time is whenever you decide to give me 100%. Again, 2025. It ain't just the year of the dreamer, it's the year of the doer. The people that do something to move towards the dream will be the people that find themselves walking in it. Whew. I'll say that again. 2025 ain't just the year of the dreamer, it's the year of the doer. And the people that actually do something about the vision, that do something to move towards the vision, are going to be the people that they're going to be the people that find themselves walking in it. Can we get 3 of these glasses? That's the goal. That's it. That's it. So today, for all of y'all, how you choose to end this day is going to really determine what your 2025 looks like. Dream big, but don't get stuck in la la land. Do something about it. I'm going to say that again. Dream big, but don't get stuck in la la land. Do something about it. And here's the thing God told me. He said, some of my children tried to do something about what they were believing me for, but they quit at the first sign. He says they quit at the first sign of a struggle. They quit at the first sign of a shut door. They quit too soon. He says a dreamer understands that not every door is going to open. So you know what a dreamer does? If this door doesn't open, let me go back to the drawing board and let me brainstorm. Let me find another way to make it happen. A dreamer understands I gotta be solution oriented. So if this the way doesn't work, how can I do it? All right. What other ways? Come on, can I show up? A dreamer doesn't take no for an answer. Have the heart of Jacob. Woo! Have the heart of Jacob. Jacob told the angel, I'm not letting go until you bless me. I'm not letting go. I'm not letting go. I'm not letting go until you bless me. 2025 is the era of Jacob. Show up until he blesses it. Ah! Woo! Get ready. Get ready. Today, I pray that it is a day where you sit and you think about what you're believing God for, what you've been believing God for. But more so, I pray that today is a day where the Holy Spirit just begins to show you what you need to begin to do. Pray that this is a day where God just literally says, hey, here's the mirror. Here's how you hadn't been showing up. Here's how you can show up. The word that I hear to tell you, Chocolate Glam, is the word forgiveness. God says to say that to you again. Forgiveness. I keep hearing it, that word, forgiveness. Forgiveness. You hold grudges. Forgiveness. I don't know why I hear that. It's people that you need to forgive. Forgiveness. That has been your hang up. The devil makes you miss a lot of blessings because you operate from the realm of offense and defense. God says to say that to you again. The devil makes you miss a lot of blessings because you operate in the realm of offense and defense. And you don't forgive. There are so many things that you could have had by now, but you chose to hold grudges. You chose to be offended. Don't let 2025, don't carry it over into the new year. But the Lord says, not only do you not forgive, you don't really apologize. Oh, Jesus. He says, not only do you hold grudges, but a lot of times when you're wrong, you just get mad and you don't apologize. God is extending his hand to you. It works both ways. It works both ways. That's all I hear. So I decree and declare that it is so in Jesus' name. Whew. Even now, God, we just bind the spirit of offense. It is not from you. It does not come from you. Whew. Today has blessed you. Can you tell God thank you? May the year of 2025 be the year where God gives you perfect vision for where he's taking you. Woo-hoo! May this be the year where your vision is so clear that you know exactly what to do exactly how to do it. Yeah. Somebody said, I just pray. Asia said, I just prayed that this morning. To those of y'all that feel led to sow, there are 12 people that need to sow 2020. And you label this your perfect vision seed. 2020. If you're one of those 12, just say that's me. Tonight, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, we will be releasing the word of the Lord for the year 2025, the year of Jacob, the year of the dreamer, the year of the doer. My God, today. There are 12 people that need to sow that seed. Whoo, Jesus. I feel the Holy Spirit. 2020 is the seed number. Perfect vision. There are 12 people that need to sow that. Hey, Jasmine. Show up. Start today. Show up. Stewardship starts today, not tomorrow. Whew. Stewardship starts today, not tomorrow. Boy, I can run right now. Moderators, do we have a number? Tomorrow, we will have It's Already All Right shirts available. They will be on the site. There are 10 more people that need to sow that seed. Tomorrow, we will have It's Already shirts available. We will have forest green. We will have navy blue. We will have maroon. Are there any colors that you guys would like to see? I'm thinking I'm going to put these shirts on white t-shirts. I was going to do a cream-based shirt. I don't know if I am going to do that shirt. I was going to put those colors on a cream shirt, but I may just shift over to a white shirt. I don't know. I do not know. Are there any colors writing wise that y'all want to see? Whew. Purple. Pink. I knew somebody was going to say pink. Light gray. Okay. We'll see. I got navy blue. Rose gold. I don't know if I can make that one happen, but I'll try. Do y'all want white shirts or y'all want cream shirts? Not yet, Bree. Not yet. I'm doing shirts first. It's 9 more people that need to sew. Royal blue. I got blue. Black, not rose gold. If I do colors, they'll be on white and black shirts, not just one or the other. I'm kind of I may do both. I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna do both. Yeah, I'm just gonna do both because I them cream shirts gonna go hard. Oh man, moderators, what is our number? Just giving people them cream shirts gonna go hard. I'm gonna stick with what I was gonna do, and then we'll add colors to it. How about that? We're gonna start with cream. We're just gonna do cream. That was really what I wanted to do. We have 9 more people that need to sow that perfect vision seed. You can sow. Chime is $ thoughts by T. You can sow via Cash App, $ Mayani with 3 eyes, or $ Davisa Butler. You can also sow via Zelle, thoughts by T enterprises at gmail.com. That's it though. That's all I got. That is all she wrote. That is all she wrote. Show up. Hold on, wait. We got 8 more people that need to sow. 8 more people that need to sow. That is it though. I gotta go because I have a full day and I have to prepare for tonight's word. 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight here on TikTok. If you guys want to catch the replay from this morning's broadcast, and even yesterday's broadcast, these have been some great teachings. We got 7 more people that need to sow. I want to say 7 more. So you guys, if you want to catch that, YouTube is the place to go for all replays. Thoughts by T is the name. You can also follow us on Favorited at night. for the rest of this week, we will be on Favorited, growing that platform. My first goal is to reach 100 followers. Right now, we're at like 40 followers. So if you have not shifted with us over to Favorited, please go ahead and do so. Listen, I love y'all. I will have It's Already All Right shirts on the website tomorrow. We're going to start with cream. We're going to start this thing off with cream because that's what I want to do. So that's what we going to do. So I will see y'all on tomorrow, y'all. I mean, tonight. Peace. Yes, and if you have not joined the Discord, let me cancel. If you have not joined the Discord, the link is in the bio. It's just like a group chat which lets you stay on top of what we are doing. And so that is it, y'all. I'll see y'all later on.